Welcome back! That was probably really loud. I probably just blew out your speakers. I apologize for that. Welcome to a new edition of Jared Stumbles Through. Today, we are going to be looking at a PlayStation classic, or maybe not a classic, like a cult hit. This is Policenauts, which you may remember early, like last year, or not earlier in this channel's career. This thing had a career. But late last year we played through the original Metal Gear Solid on the PS1, which was made by Hideo Kojima. This game predates Metal Gear Solid, but this was made after the first two Metal Gear games. You know, around the time, like, this is after Snatcher, and I think this is like the next game he made after that, so we're gonna get back to the menu here if I can. Okay. Also, never knew that this was the menu music for this game, and that the Konami logo shot when you first boot up Metal Gear Solid is like a reference to this game. That's pretty fucking cool. But hey, let's play this game. Look at that 1994, 1996 copyright. So essentially the only way I'm playing this is that this is a translated version from the Japanese game, because I don't think this ever came out in the United States. And then that makes me have to remember that. Okay, there you go. That's how you can tell this is a Japanese game, because it's all Japanese voiceover. And also, like, all the menus, you know, circle is confirm, X is get out of there. So I've always wanted to play this in Snatcher, because I've never played any of the non-Metal Gear Hideo Kojima games. Kind of the one to see, like, what exactly was, like, how this was different from Metal Gear, essentially. As we go way to the future, the year 2010. That's a very American name. Ed Brown. I want to be an astronaut with police authority. So this is all anime cutscenes. That's an interesting choice. Power the PlayStation. You can do all this shit. That does make Metal Gear Solid 1 like really mind-blowing that they went from, you know, just doing anime style cutscenes to everything in engine. And that's only like 2 years after this game came out. I think this guy's in trouble. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's supposed to be voiced or not, but... Danger! That guy's flying off into space. He's about to be SOL. Start rescue operation. Later, dude. Rip in peace. Alright, so 25 years later. So the far distant future of 2025. A lot of black screens to hide loading. Konami presents. A lot of black screens. Is that the dude that was flying away in space just all 15 years ago? Home. A Hideo Kojima game. I'm glad he still put his name in front of every game. Even before Metal Gear. This is actually a really kicking track and some cool, like, opening title screen. Old Los Angeles 2040! Oh man! Holy shit, that sign says Solid Snake. That's fantastic. I'm already way into this game. Did it say Marlboro on there? Did they kind of like... Are they kind of like getting away with... This is from Japan, obviously, so... And this game never did come out in the United States, so I guess they could get away with, you know, doing copyright shit, because copyright laws in Japan are really, really weird. The giant satellite just looks like the Citadel from Mass Effect. My gun, my badge, and then pictures of me and my lady. Music by Tappy. This guy's very happy to have a cigarette in his mouth. Man, I really wonder what either like a remake or a sequel of this game would look like in 2014 on next generation consoles. God, they really need to. They need to let Kojima like take a break from Metal Gear and just make weird games like this again. I mean, I know he did that with like those Bach Toy games, the ones that like you needed the sun to play on the Game Boy Advance, but give me more weird shit like this, I would totally be happy. Even if it means like a break of Metal Gear. This is a prologue home.
俺はジョナサン・イングラム。30年前、スペースコロニーのビヨンドコーストでポリスノーツとして働いていた。もっとも、エンプス事故で宇宙をさまよっていた俺には。Also, Metal Gear Solid followed the trend of this game with here's a character name, in parentheses, voice actor. 妻や友人、仕事。
Which I saw footage of the demo disc version of Metal Gear Solid just recently on Giant Bomb, and I never knew that they did like aliases on that demo version of all like the actors. So like it doesn't say Solid Snake David Hayter under it, it's like Solid Snake Sean Parker. Like what? Pay attention to the narrative here, though. I'm really curious to see how this game plays. Like, is it going to be like an adventure game, or...?
さて、依頼人が来るまで何をしようか。この部屋には俺の過去を示すものがたくさんある。前方の壁には新聞の切り抜きや写真が。机の上にはあいつとの写真。 どれも記憶の空白を埋めるものばかりだ。
So there's a mouse cursor on the screen now, which I am controlling with the controller. This is totally an adventure game. That's weird. Let's look at these cigarettes. These are Muslims, not Marlboros. The only cigarettes in the world that still give off secondary smoke. I wonder if they're Solid Snake's favorites. I don't like the pure bent cigarettes you get today. These are mixed cigarettes, part conventional, part vent. Part vent? Part bent. Bent cigarettes are cigarettes that don't produce any secondary smoke, which you light simply by breaking off the end. That's weird. I say light, but there's no actual fire involved. They work off a chemical reaction, even the leaves are specially processed. They don't give off any smoke or ash and make a room more pleasant, but they're not my thing. The only brand I touch now is Muslims. Well, there's your product placement for the day. This is my baby, a Beretta 92F. I've used one since I was a cop. She's a bona fide recoil gun equipped with a laser sight. I use special 10-round magazines with armor-piercing bullets. I don't carry her so I can go around shooting everything in sight. She's strictly for protection. Ow, my eye. Can we look at this beer can? It's a half-empty can of beer. The only beer most people can afford anymore is this imitation beer. It sucks remembering how good a cold one used to be. This is old Los Angeles, so what do you expect? This is me and Lorraine on our wedding day. I was still a cop here in LA. Lorraine dropped out of UCLA after we got engaged.
Lorraine, 俺のワイフ。いや、それも過去のことだ。 俺があの事故を起こした後ビヨンドで再婚したらしい。今では他人のワイフだ。日本人とアメリカ人との2世。あいつにはどこか神秘的なところがあった。
It's always weird that like all of these games that Kojima makes is all not set in Japan. This is a photo of me and Lorraine at Lucas World. Is Lucas World supposed to be like Disney World? Or Disneyland, since that'd be in California, but... This is a piece of paper with information on a client. I've been asked to look for their 4-year-old son. You just don't see many ransom kidnappings nowadays. It's safer for the kidnappers to quickly sell off the victim's organs to organ buyers, and they're guaranteed to see a return that way too. That's fucked up. I've got a bad feeling about this one. Can we play what's on the tape player? This is a video phone with a built-in printer, though I've disabled the video from my end. Most of my cases come in over the phone. Clients don't particularly like meeting up in person. This is a newspaper article from when I was rescued from the EMPS survival ball 3 years ago. 25 years of wandering, miracle recovery, Policenauts, astronaut Ingram. This was a relatively small article in a corner of the newspaper. So was he the guy that was like off floating in space? These cabinets are filled with information on past cases and clients. They're not exactly a pleasant read, but the papers inside are worth their weight in gold. This is an investigation report to a client, though I haven't got very far with it. It was another child kidnapping, but my negotiations with the kidnappers failed. I couldn't save the child. He's already been cut apart and his organs trafficked to buyers. Sorry, kid. Let's play messages, then. I just checked the machine. Maybe there's a call from someone with a case.
間違い電話とはバカにしてる。くそ。仕事の依頼電話はないか。
Alright, so... This is a picture from me from when I was in the LAPD. Me and my partner Ed were always together. We did see that guy earlier.
Ed Brown.
Yeah, that's a picture from 2010, so it would make sense. A replica of my badge from then is sitting on my desk, which I guess we could look at. This is a replica of the badge I had in LAPD. That's a really weird way to say that. In LAPD, not in the LAPD. When I was in Los Angeles Police Department. There are some Venetian blinds I found in an antique store. I don't like the adjustable glass you get today. I put them up so you can't see the inside of the office from outside. So what else do I need to click on? This is a miniature of Beyond. Ed made it for me. There's a newspaper article about Beyond up on the wall, I think. Oh, let's go look at that. This is a newspaper article written at the time of Beyond Coast's completion. It was written 28 years before the article about my rescue. This is a newspaper article about my accident that occurred during the EMPS spacewalk outside Beyond. It was written 3 years after the one about Beyond's completion. And this is a newspaper article reporting on the success of the first manned mission to Mars. I took part in it while undergoing my Policenauts training. It was written the year before the article about the EMPS accident. Okay. Is there any other messages? Let's see what the next one says.
汚染した水を飲ませてるくせに。やっぱり事件の依頼は入ってないか。
ジョナサン、私よ。最近ちっとも飲みに来ないじゃない。しけてるわね。
そうだ。俺はしけてる。分かってるさ。やっぱり事件の依頼は入ってないか。
This guy's got a lot of messages though. Whoa!
ヘボ探偵が。
That's true. Wasn't very nice.
仕事の依頼電話はないか。